Welcome,
We
welcome,
made it.
welcome. We made it. We haven't done office hours in a while, so we're gonna make up for lost time today. Hey, Paul.
Howdy, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are
Are you
you
all
doing?
good? Are you all rested?
No. I have tomorrow and Friday for resting, but we were joking before we jumped on that it it's not really resting because it's like resting from Ecamm, but I have all my other life. So I have a messy house and kids to get to school and all the other stuff. So all the other stuff, but
Are you
that's okay. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. Worth
I
it.
mean, yes, it was definitely worth it. I go through the same thing. It's like I think I'm like, "Oh, I'm all rested, everything. I have a good day," and then it's like the next day, it's like, "I don't want to get up today. Like, I need to take a nap today." It's like
Yeah, I definitely I could use a nap or two. But that's okay cuz this is the casual hanging out with the fam show. So if you are new and somehow found your way over to office hours, welcome. If you're a regular and are here, welcome, welcome. This is completely your time where Paul and I are here entirely to answer your questions. They can be about anything. If they're too technically complicated, we're going to defer and send you to something else. But we're here to answer questions on how to get help, anything about Ecamm or the Ecamm fam, how the software works, new and awesome upcoming things, or just a little bit of everything. And because we are here hanging out with the Ecamm fam, Paul Roy is saying that you have a little bit of reverb on your voice. So I don't know if you want to mess with it, or you could leave it. It's all good. We're
are you hearing it?
a tiny bit, yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look and see what's going on because I don't know. I haven't changed anything since I've been back, but
Yeah.
who knows what gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paul
I'll
is out
probably
here.
wait.
All right. Well, JP, shoot away. Fire with your question. Um, we're we're looking at every comment. So this is the one show where if you don't put a Q colon in front of it, Paul will close his eyes and will
Yeah.
we will happily answer it anyway because we can see everything coming through. Um, but yeah, I wanted to start by saying first, actually, not entirely Ecamm related, but huge shout out to Mr. Doc Rock, who is not on this stream, but I just got my new Doc Pops. So this pink pop, this is one of his, which I think looks awesome against my purple. So I'm like, I have my purple MV7, I have my pink pop, and then I also have a purple Doc Pop. So I'm back and forth, but I think the pink provides a nice contrast. So if you're using so he does them for Shure microphones, and I think there's one for the one of the Rode microphones as well. But if you want to add a pop of color, docpops.com, docpopps.com, we'll get you over there. Slight plug for our friend Mr. Doc Rock.
Yeah, he has SM7Bs and MV7s and the pod mic, and you can use an SM7B um, thingy on a MV7. It just gives you a little more extra space between the capsule.
Yeah.
Um,
I know that you should be caring more about the audio than the length of the dock pop, but I like the little stubby ones. I think they're cute. For my MV7. I went with the normal MV7. Yeah, so Paul was saying earlier that his Paul typically uses crisp.ai, which we've talked about a lot on this show and others, and it isn't working right now cuz gremlins and Halloween, etc. So that might be what you're hearing in the background. Jackpot Beauties is hanging out with us today. Welcome. Jackpot says, first time caller, long time listener. No, just kidding. First time here and just getting into using Ecamm. And I had a question regarding Streamlabs and dual outputs for horizontal plus vertical stream. Could you chat about that for a bit, please? Can I chat about that for a bit? I have only used Streamlabs a couple of times, so I might actually not be the best person to answer. But in answer to your question about horizontal and vertical streaming, currently, Ecamm can stream in either horizontal or vertical. So you can change, and this is probably a terrible way to show you, so hang in there with us. But I'm going to go into live demo mode. So up here under options, I always want to put it under output, but it's under options. You can choose your stream size, so all the way up to 4K, and then stream shape. So I can't change while I'm streaming or recording, but down here, so your options are extra wide, wide, classic, square, short, and tall. So you can change back and forth between typically wide and tall to record vertical videos or wide videos. If you want to multi-stream, for example, to both YouTube and Instagram, and you want to, you want wide on YouTube and you want vertical on Instagram, currently Ecamm doesn't send separate shapes, for lack of a better word, to each platform. It's just going to send the wide and then it'll crop it in automatically on Instagram. And we do give you a like vertical safe zone. So I can turn on a vertical, and I always forget where that is, hiding here somewhere. Vertical safe zone is here somewhere. But all that to say that there it is, show vertical safe zone. So it adds a shade. So see here, like there, now I'm in the safe zone here in the middle, but see this not in the safe zone. So you can turn those kinds of things on and off so that you know kind of where that spot is. Our developers are working on a solution where you will be able to record and or stream in and just check which format, and it'll automatically resize and send that format to the correct place. So it'll give you a vertical recording and a vertical stream and a wide recording and a wide stream simultaneously, and it'll just allow you to change what like that layout or that look of those will be. So yes, so I guess that's hopefully the long-winded answer to your short question. Jumping out of live demo mode, and hang on, before I forget, let me turn off. Now I'm never going to remember where it is again. Under overlays? No, under vertical safe zone is under options. All right, I'm turning that off. All right, and then there was a follow-up question. Okay, so you're saying that Restream, yes. So we have a full integration with Restream, OneStream. I think those are the only two on like the recording and streaming side. So Ecamm does connect to Streamlabs, but we don't have a full integration with them. If that's what your question is asking, so it works great with Streamlabs, but not there's not an integration. We have what are called widget overlays, and someone else who's smarter than me can answer this probably in the chat. But Paul, have you used Streamlabs for widget overlays?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Have you used Streamlabs?
I've only used it a couple times myself, and it's been a while back.
Okay. So again, here into live demo mode. You probably just keep this on for the episode without hopefully annoying people too much. Over under the overlays menu, if you come down here to this widget overlay, here is where you can drop in the URL for stream. See here, Streamlabs widgets are a quick way to get started. So it's not we don't have a full integration in that you can't just like sync your Streamlabs to your Ecamm, but you can certainly use Streamlab widgets, and it's under overlays, widget overlay. So that's where you'll find it. But great question. Yeah, and welcome. I hope that you are enjoying using Ecamm, and certainly if you want, if you go to ecamm.com/community, over here, you'll see this page. And here, if you click down there, either the Facebook icon or the Discord icon, that will take you to both of our, either our Facebook group or our Discord space. And that's a great place because I know that there are a lot of people who do use Streamlabs, so they'll be able to show you exactly what they're doing. Yeah, Doc is saying, let me swing over here. We don't do dual outputs yet. It's coming. It's coming soon. All right. Hey, Val, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out with us. There we go. Jackpot Beauties Docs gotcha. Answering all of the questions. You can use it with RTMP. You betcha. All right. Oh, there. And Yolanda's using it too. Yeah. So it's under. Oh, hey, I was right. Look at that. I'm giving myself a round of applause. I did it. I was right about it. I should, it's funny. Like Streamlabs is one of those things that there's a few things that actually I should take a look at. It's been a while since I've even looked at it, and I bet you there's a few things that I actually would love to use in there, and I just haven't got around to doing it. I love it. Another order for Doc Pops. Yeah, how cute. Doc, great job. Yeah. Like, I love this packaging. There's even like this cute little like his like Doc's message at the top with the hashtag. It such a small envelope. It just like literally it popped open, and it was like flat, and then it just totally took shape. It's still got like a little bit of a crease as it keeps opening up. In the next couple days, it'll be. But I just popped this on, like maybe 20 minutes before we jumped on this stream. So, and I had my purple already that Doc gave me at camp, but I was really stoked about the pink because it just I don't know
Yeah.
like it's bright. The contrast.
And the neat thing with them too, there was a source that we were getting mic covers from across the pond,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't that expensive themselves, but the shipping was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
You could buy two for what you were paying in shipping. But when I got the Dock Pops and started comparing them, if you look in the bottom of it and look inside of the foam, this foam is incredible. This is acoustic foam.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's not messing
that is a
around.
plus. And
Yes.
if you feel how the inside is, it's much smoother. This one is trimmed and cleaned
Mm.
and it feels like velvet. These are really great. So, I mean, it's like you're getting a lot with this because with the acoustic foam, that's even helping to improve the quality of your sound and
Mm-hmm.
not kind of messing it up.
Yeah.
But they're very nice.
Yeah.
He
I
did
mean,
good.
you did great, Doc. And speaking of which, I'm like I'm feeling super proud. All the round of applause for myself today. I'm giving myself nothing but credit. All Doc advice I've been ignoring for a while, but I got a new light, so now my camera looks even better, and I changed my camera. This is again blows my mind. This is the OBSBot Meet 2, which is a $129 webcam, and the clarity is crazy,
It's great.
just
I'm impressed.
insane. So yeah, it's awesome. So I'm feeling great because I've been on a mission to like actually simplify my home studio space. So I would like less things. Yes, it's a small room and I don't want things on my desk. So I actually yesterday I cleared over here. So I had this here where it goes. I had this Elgato key light air, which is big. And it had like this nice stand and whatever, but it was sitting on my desk in front of me, so it took up a decent amount of my desk. So it's nice now. I can kind of spread out the rest of my stuff, the stuff I want to have on my desk, like my giant coffee mug and other such that is much more important to me than a light. But it's still, so this one's just in the back of the room and is great. It's offering a ton of light and I can control it with my phone, which is really exciting because I can like literally, this is a tech talk with Katie, low key non-doc tech talk. But like, look, like the difference between off, I can turn it on, I can control the brightness, I can get real bright. So it's nice that it's across the room, which means it's out of the way, but I can still control it all from wherever I am, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And Billy's hanging out with us.
Hey, Billy.
It's so great to see everyone at Creator Camp. I will tease and say that we have confirmed the dates for Creator Camp 2025. So I promise that we will get our wait list and everything up because no one believes me when I say it sells out in like honestly, days, if not hours. So please, please make sure that you keep an eye on, on our ecamm.com/camp site over the next couple of weeks so that you can grab those dates and get them in the calendar because we really would love to see everyone, and we are trying to find ways to do more of these kinds of events and meetups and pop-ups throughout next year so that we can get in front of more people because I know that it's really meaningful to be able to spend time with people and actually get to ask questions face to face and learn together and learn collaboratively. So we want to continue to do that and expand that as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's impressive, and then hearing what the feedback from people at camp and stuff like this, because this is not a conference. This is a totally different experience. This is very hands-on, and the cool thing is it's small, and
Yeah.
all these people that you've seen on the stream that you've known for in some cases years,
Mm-hmm.
you finally get to meet these people and realize that they do in fact have legs.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They exist and they're nice. There was not a single
And they're
person that
nice.
was like not nice, which is amazing.
Yes.
Great question coming in here from Les. Les is asking if we're able to talk about scenery. I actually don't have more information than what is up on their website right now, which was in the announcement we dropped into both Discord and onto the community, which is that they basically have partnered with a larger platform. I don't know what that platform is. They didn't disclose any of that information to us. But it sounds to me like I mean, as we've been saying for the last year plus, Scenery had best in class tech for video editing. So I mean, my personal thought and feeling is that they were able to sell their tech into a larger platform and it will just become part of another tool. So I guess we'll find out what that means in the next little bit. But yeah, it's a bummer because it really was like an affordable, easy, like web-based solution for video editing, and there really isn't a. I can't think of a replacement. The probably the
Mhm.
closest is Descript, but Descript is also a very different tool. So it's
Yeah.
a bummer for all of us. And as soon as we have another recommendation, we will obviously provide one. But in the meantime, there's not really another option that is quite is the same as that. Again, Descript is probably the closest. The other one that we do really like a lot, but is again a totally different tool, is Opus Clip, which will clip up the different the long form video into vertical SEO friendly, like really shareable video clips. And we use that for a ton of our different projects. But yeah, it's not, there's a reason why I know often we're like throwing a lot of software at you, but these apps are not the same. They have similar features and sometimes they overlap, but yeah, I wish I had more
Yeah, and
answers. I'm sad
Opus,
about it.
if yeah, if you haven't played with Opus Clips for a while, they've made some major improvements and a lot of changes, so it's
Mhm.
worth kind of, like, going back and revisiting.
Yeah.
And as far as the scene, I've had a couple people talk to me about the whole scenery issue, and we had we didn't know
We
anything
didn't know.
about this
Yeah.
until the Monday after camp.
Mhm.
That's when we found out what was going on.
Yeah.
So, when we went into camp, we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Now they're saying they have double. You might be hearing some sort of room sound in that because Crisp, for some reason, is not operating, so it's not filtering out stuff in my room. So
Yeah.
that may be what you're hearing.
Hmm.
My
I don't
apologies. I'm trying
hear
to get
or
it
see
fixed.
doubled audio, but I do think it's just a room background sound. Hang in
Yeah.
there with us today. No
Yep.
worries. We don't want to kick Paul out, so we'll
It's
we'll just
special. It's special environmental sound effects that I'm providing in here today.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, Doc says say it again. Yeah, simplify and get better with your skills. I'm trying I'm just trying to make things easier. And I mean, I also
Yep.
have I will say I want you all to hear this and know that I have a lot of luxury and privilege that a lot of people do not. I am 3 minutes away from the Ecamm studio, so it's very easy for me to have a very simple, like minimalistic setup here at home because if I ever needed more gear or to swap out things or to play with bigger things, I certainly have access to it in a full studio, which many of you don't. So I get that. But will say over and over and over again until I'm Doc Pop's pink in the face that I do think that what I have learned the most over the last few years is that you can be told by a ton of people all of the recommendations in the world and it does not matter. What matters is focusing on what's important to you, what's within your budget, what is going to like empower you to create. How can you make it as simple and easy as possible so that you can just sit down and create. And I'm actually not even 100% there yet. There are still some like pain points in my space that are getting in the way of me creating the kind of content that I want to create. So I'm still working towards that, but that matters way more. And Doc and I have been saying this for certainly all this year, but like your phone does every bit as much as the mass majority of cameras out there. So start there and then grow from there. But yeah,
Yeah.
simplify your space. Actually, that actually raises a good point. Maybe Paul, you can find this while we answer the next question. But we just partnered with India Delgado, so shout out to our friend India, who did a 4-part video series for us. And the first episode, I guess, the first video of the series dropped first thing this morning over here on our YouTube channel. So you can find that. But we had her share like 4 different kinds of studio builds so that you can see what gear comprises each different kind of space. And hopefully we'll get you thinking not about, I really hope that you don't take these videos as like a shopping list. It's not meant to be a shopping list.
Yeah.
It's meant for you to see the different use cases, what's possible, and what are the different kinds of gear that make up that space. So if you have a shared space or a small room, what kinds of things can you use as solutions there versus a dedicated space versus a mobile and portable space. So keep an eye out for those videos, and hopefully they're helpful for all of you. But I know it's a pain point for lots of people. So Michael's got a great question. Michael asks, for the Zoom integration, is there a way to bring in guests without configuring the scene? Yes, really. I mean, trying to think if I'm fully understanding that. So if I open up, all right, I'm gonna do it live. Maybe I fail, maybe I don't. Let's see what happens. Over to live demo mode. So over here to the Zoom window. Ba-ba-da-ba. So, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way to show this. Once you
Because you
like,
would have to bring them as a camera and then add the camera to your scene. So you're still going to have to do something to the scene to get
yeah, I
them
guess
to.
you are kind of you still are configuring the scene, but you can do it. You can do it ad hoc. I kind of don't want to go all the way through the steps, Michael. I'm sorry to say that, because then I would have to. Oh, I'm on a laptop, so opening up and having Zoom like would just make this entire space like really, really cluttered. But technically, if I clicked to just launch a new meeting and I had Paul or someone else jump in that space, I could literally drag and drop that camera over. So it's not, there's pretty minimal configuration, either doing it in advance or doing it at like as you set up and start the meeting. But yeah, it still shows up as a camera overlay. So you still, I guess technically speaking, you do still have to configure the
I mean,
scene.
the only other way to work around that is like if you did kind of a screen share and you shared the Zoom window, with the all the
Yeah.
people in it, and that you could do it that way, but that's not necessary. One of the cool features that
Mm-hmm.
we do have built into Ecamm is active speakers, so you could put that in a scene, and then whoever started speaking, their picture would show up until the next person started speaking, which can work, um, or not work. You guess it depends on the crowd that you're in and how many people. It's when it's important for people to mute their mics, but you can bring an active speaker camera, and then it will switch around, and you can exclude yourself from that so that when you talk, you're not showing up in 2 windows. But that's an option.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Tanya. Thanks for hanging out with us. We missed you at camp. I always wish everyone could come.
Yes.
Yeah. Billy and I we're on the same path. We have a complicated Ecamm setup and an easy Ecamm setup. Have a little bit of both. I love it. Yeah, and Billy's been on a big studio build world upgrade as well. I've been watching all your cool videos and photos come out, which is always fun. Thank you, John. I miss you. I do. I have a newer light. I have a
A
newer
newer,
light.
newer light.
A newer light. I'm enjoying it. I have to admit, I had a moment of panic last night. In typical Katie format, I was like, I'm gonna video my unboxing of this, but then it was so dark in the room because I needed the light that there was no easy way to video it. So I was like trying to take photos, and I'm like, forget it. And then I opened everything up, and I just it's like building like an IKEA thing where you know that you could just follow the instructions, but the instructions just feel like you're just. So I stood there for a moment, being like, I'll just call Doc, and then I was like, no, I can do it myself. I was like, I'll just maybe. No, I can do it myself. So I got it built. Doc helped a little bit, so I can't totally take credit, but it didn't take all that long and it wasn't all that complicated, but it, for whatever reason, I was like, oh, I don't want to break it. I don't know what to, but I got it all the way built, and I'm impressed with myself. I'm just scrolling through. I love all this. You can always bring in any guest without making a scene. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, technically. I mean, you still have to add them to a scene. Yeah, I guess you're not really configuring. You still have to add them to a scene though, in some way or another. Source cameras. See, we should have Val and Doc run next week's office, next month's office hours. I've been playing around a lot more though with Zoom, and I have to admit, and Doc, I know you're in the comments, and Val is too. Paul, your feedback on this as well, but I actually like. I've been pretty impressed with the quality and the ease of use for Zoom. Last week on my personal podcast, I was having a bunch of issues with audio on Nat's end, and we were trying to troubleshoot and figure it out. And for whatever reason, and I don't know if it was a Chrome issue or what was going on, her audio, exact same setup, didn't at all work in Ecamm Interview. And the second we switched over to Zoom and brought her in, flawless. Audio worked great. The photo, like the picture quality looked better. I'm like, all right, I guess we'll just do Zoom going forward for a bit. But it was so nice to have that flexibility to be able to be like, oh, well, we'll just switch over, bring you on through Zoom. And it was super easy. The only complaint I had was that, again, I'm on a laptop and I don't have a display here at home because I'm trying to keep things simple. So it was like one extra, window that I had to have open, but I could minimize it and be able to do it that way. But I don't know about you, because you've been doing Zoom more often with
Yeah,
lives and
Val and I
trainings and things that you're doing for Ecamm Live Academy, right?
Val and I use Zoom to bring people in all the time, and it works great. The only drawback is like when you're using interview mode in the intro section, where like when we started and Katie was playing the intro music and the countdown, we could talk between each other, so
Yeah.
we had a kind of a back channel. When you use Zoom, you can't do that
Yeah.
because if you unmute your mic and you say anything, it's unless the host has the Zoom channel muted, it's going to go out to the broadcast. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
have that back channel discussion area. But we've been using Zoom and really haven't had any problems with it.
Yeah.
I've kind of, if I've used it so much now that it's like when I have to use the interview mode thing, I have to kind of like, okay, now I gotta need to check these two things, make sure
Yeah.
this is right.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. I mean, more is better in this particular instance. So minimal gear setup, but maximizing the amount of options for
yes.
guests is a win.
And it's great
Um,
for guests too because, because of the pandemic and everything, most people know how to use Zoom.
mhm.
Where the interview window it's a little, it's easy, but it's different. You kind of have to give them instructions. Most people know how to hop on a Zoom meeting and, things are pretty much good to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, John's got the answer for Zoom, so there you go. You click once on the guest or yourself, get a full frame of that person. Shift click, you'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ups plus you. Oh, I love it. Hey Tara, how's it going? Thanks for hanging out with us.
And
Replace
I,
asset feature in Ecamm. This is a good one. Go ahead, Paul.
so I was just going to say on Friday of this week, Doc has Tech Talks. It's on a Zoom channel. And so we're switching like one Friday we have the live demo, the next Friday we have Tech Talks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in that, you can sign up for it. There was a link above that talked about getting in the community. I'll throw that in there again, but you can sign up for the Zoom calls and get
Mm-hmm.
the link and join us on Friday. And you can ask Doc any question you want. It's kind of it's like this one. There's no format. There's no topic. It's just, any tech question you want to ask, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna try this one because I'm gonna break some stuff. All right, Val. Val wants to know the replace asset feature in Ecamm. So over here into live demo mode. And then I'm going to go down to, so Martin built all these scenes. So actually, I guess I could just, all right, I'm going to do new scene. I'm going to close here. So, and then I'm going to, what do I have on my desktop? Oh, I have this photo of my daughter. There you go. All
Yeah,
right. So there's Scarlet horseback riding. And then if I come over here to the pencil, see, this is the downfall of my laptop. So if I click replace asset, then I could change it to this photo of Tatiana. Ta-da! And then I can readjust or move it however I want.
yeah, because I think what stemmed her question originally was like she had a for example, a frame, a border around a picture or something, and then she
Mhm.
went to change the picture to replace the asset, and it changed the whole perspective of the picture, and she had to resize everything.
Oh.
And so
Hmm.
I think what she's asking is, when you replace an asset, should it keep the constraints of the original thing that you're putting the picture in, or does it
No,
automatically?
I don't think it that's a good I will follow up on that one, Val, and see because I'm pretty sure and even in what I just tested there, it it doesn't. It just takes like it what you've done to the asset does not those changes do not apply to the replacement asset is
Doc,
what just happened with what I showed you, but I can it feels like it should hold those settings. So I'll go back and talk with Ken and Glenn to see if maybe I'm missing something
Doc
or
posted something about right click and replace asset. I don't know if that
well,
changes anything.
I think that just pulls up the same. Oh, I'm locked in the scene. No momento. Because doesn't that just pull up the same?
Option makes a duplicate of the asset, replace it, and resize over the top of the first one, then delete the first. Yeah,
All right. So
it's
hang on one
yeah.
sec. So let me go into live demo mode. You can see. All right. So here I am in my sample scene. Like control click. So my option. So you're saying, Doc, to duplicate it. So if I
You,
duplicate the asset, and then what? Two Tatianas are better than one Tatiana. All right. Let me scroll
he
up to
says
the.
always dupe and replace. Yeah, the
Oh, you're just saying. Okay. Gotcha. All right.
yeah, Valerie was kind of yeah, not yeah. Valerie was looking at it from the standpoint that if you replace the asset, it would constrain it. Like if you had a border around a box of a specific size and you
Mm-hmm.
replace the picture in it, it would keep the framing of that picture and just put the new picture to replace the asset inside.
Yeah, actually, I mean,
So,
I guess all right, let's let's try one more thing. Let's go back to live demo mode. I'm going to take Doc's advice. I'm going to duplicate my scene so I don't break all my Marshall scenes and then I'm screwed. So here we are on the copy. So if I change ugh, laptop. If I change this, see if I can find an asset that I can mess with. Well, what do I have in here? I guess I just have the background as an asset. What if I changed the background image? Unlock. Replace asset with this tiny ObSpot logo. Yeah, see? It just pulls a tiny ObSpot logo like up into the corner. So it's not it's not doing what it probably should do. So that's a good feature request because that you're right. Like you would assume that if you're replacing an asset, it would hold the size of it because that is weird. Like it puts it just up tiny ObSpot logo. That's a good one. I like it. It's a feature request or hey, this isn't working how we want it to work scenario. Wait, did we not answer your question, Val? Are we totally ignoring your question? All right. Oh
claim
no,
it
it's
claim
Doc.
it's
It's
the
Doc's
bug.
not. Yeah, Doc's
Yeah,
not. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. If we didn't
yeah.
answer your question, you can ask again.
Yeah, Valerie just claimed that it's a bug.
It's a bug. I know. I know. Yeah. Well, thank you, Dave. It took me a very long time to hang all these mushrooms. I get some flack for it, but and then people the
I
other day were
like it.
talking about my shelf up above. I want to back up my desk so that we can see my shelf better. But I was showing Paul earlier. I have all my little Wooble creations. I have my axolotl and my pear. What else is within reach? No, I can't get my bunny up there, but the bunny's up higher. But yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I thought shelves would be a good idea because then I can put stuff put stuff behind me to add some more personality. You know, I was gonna layer on top of my mushrooms even more weirdness as a
Yeah,
background.
I'm on search now for a shelving unit that I can stick in the back. Right now, I have like a nightstand that I have my Synology setting on, and then I have some stuff sitting on top of that. And
Yeah.
I have more stuff now, and so it's like I need to change things around a little bit. So um, I have an IKEA that's about 3 miles from the house, so I think I'm
There
going to
you
take a
go.
trip over there and walk around, see if I can get some ideas.
Oh, sure. Rub it in. My IKEA is like an hour and a half away and it's so big that it's I'm like I can't even go in there. It's like it's too big. There's too much stuff. Yeah. Uh
Yeah, I
absolutely.
have two. I have one near me, and then I have one across the bay that is probably about an hour and a half, maybe away, if that. But yeah, this one can be dangerous. I've purposely not gone there for probably over a year because it's like it can be costly.
Yeah. This is a good question. I don't actually know the answer to. Um, so this OBSBot is the Meet 2, and I it and this is cover your ears, Doc. This is the Meet 2. I have the OBSBot app on my phone and on the computer, but it wasn't finding this camera, and I was going to look later to see if maybe this one, because it's the like cheaper, quote unquote cheaper model, if it just doesn't, like, it's pulling up the tail air and the tiny 2 and the tiny 2 light. I think I don't have the light, but Paul does. Those ones all show up in the app, and you can control like a lot of the camera settings in the OBSBot app, as well as you can control some camera settings in Ecamm. But I haven't been able to add the Meet to the app, which either means that it doesn't. Oh, there you go. Doc answers. It doesn't. So for whatever reason, I need to figure out how to add it into the app. But I have to say, so that's not a setting that I would use anyway because I like my my mushroom background.
Yes.
But it works. Like, I have not hooked it up to any kind of app or literally tweaked any settings. I added a light and I've been fine. But Doc says it works. So you could try it, Brandy, and see whether or not it works.
Yeah,
I have used the app with all the other cameras, but I haven't with this one.
I have the tiny two. I don't have yeah, I don't have the light one.
Oh, I thought you had the light one. Okay. Well,
No.
I definitely know that the Tiny 2 and the Tail Air you can both control with the app, and Doc is saying that the Meet you can as well. So I need to spend some time on my days off tomorrow and Friday
Get
resetting
acquainted
up
with
the
your
app.
meat too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been working without me needing to have the app, which is in my mind a win. So, but it would be nice to see what other settings are within it.
And that's one thing with people new when you're looking at equipment. We basically tell you to start with what you have
Mm-hmm.
because there's lots of options out there. And until you know what you're doing and what you want to do, you don't know what you need.
Mm.
And the thing is when you start getting new stuff, don't go out and buy, 27 things at once and try to implement them. Get one thing, add it to your show, figure out how it works, get
Yep.
comfortable using that, and then add something else and start making changes. Because if you put a whole bunch of stuff in, you're not going to figure out how to do it because you're going to feel, just there's too much and you're just going to get frustrated. So, and then if something goes wrong, you're not going to go where it's at. So just do one thing at a time.
All right. Doc is telling me to go over here too. All right, I'm gonna play with since we're here. Why not? Let's go over here. So this is our support page. You can find any kind of article if you go to support.ecamm.com, and you can search and do all that awesome stuff. But since we're talking about this camera, I'm gonna come in here and edit this widget, and I'm going to go over here. Doc says the link is obspot.com, obspot meet 4K FAQ. Let's see if that works. Dun-dun-dun. Loading. There we go. All right. Welcome to the support page.
I think we need to talk to Ozbot and get them to fix their main page so that it says, they have certified for that 3-letter company that it needs to have an added thing that says certified for Ecamm.
I know. Supports multicam usage. Oh yeah, here it is. Doc's right. Can the background be blurred in the OBSBot Meet series? Can absolutely handle the blurred effect. That's for 2 people, but I imagine for 1 person would be the same too. So, and if you're new, I did this and I'm showing this. Oh, da-da-da, back over to live demo mode. This is let me just move all the things out of the way. This is a widget. So if you go over here and click edit widget, now if I want to, I can go back to our support page, support.ecamm.com, click save, and now we have our support page. And I can, if I come down here and click this little like blue, you can click this on and off, this little toggle at the bottom, lets me scan through so I can show you this whole set of articles about Ecamm for Zoom. And here's this Ecamm for Zoom article with Kat at the very top showing you and all the system requirements. So if you're trying to demo a website or play a YouTube video or anything like that, widget overlays are the way to go. You can get them by going to overlays, widget overlays. They are I'm clicking things. They are my absolute favorite. So.
Yep. And that little switch at the bottom, if it's pointing to the left, it means you can move the window around and do stuff. But when it's pointed to the right, the window becomes interactive. So you can interact with the web page and scroll and do different things. You have to be aware if it's a page that you have to log into, because it's not connected to your normal browser on your computer, so it doesn't know who you are. So you may have to log into the web page and stuff, but it's a good idea to test it out and see if it's going to work the way that you want it to. But widgets are great.
Yeah. All right. We got some more questions coming through. All right, Robin. Hey, Robin. All right. When copying scenes, if the scene is locked, it automatically puts the new scene in show all scenes. Yeah, I had that happen to me. I'm with you.
Yep,
I'll talk to Ken and Glenn about it because, yeah, I've had that. It's not awesome. That's not an awesome experience.
well,
feature requests.
We had a conversation, I think it was last year at Creator Camp and something. When the screen is locked, I mean, you're locking the screen for a reason so that you can't make changes, you can't do anything. And when you try to drag something in, you would have 2 options. It's not going to go anywhere, or the other option is to put it in show in all scenes. If you do that, all you have to do is unlock the scene and then just drag it from show in all scenes into the current scene. You can lock the scene again and it's tightened, but it's done that reason because of the fact that, you've locked the scene for a reason, because you don't want to make changes. So.
You get the gold star. All right. Paul's answer is better, but yeah, no, your answer is better. I feel like we should, I don't know how you would do it though. I was gonna say some kind of explanation. I definitely have done that, Robin, so you're not alone on that one.
It should have a pop-up window go, are you really trying to do that?
Yeah, it should just be like a picture of Glenn being like, really? Is that what you want to do? That would stop me from doing it, because I definitely make that mistake all the time. I'm like, lock my scenes, and I'm like, wait, I gotta do this. Daniel, so, yeah, Paul's, it's crisp. Don't talk about it.
My crisp is not working, so you're now hearing.
You're hearing
all the room
Paul.
sounds.
This is the real Paul.
You're hearing the real me.
Sounds. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What
different today?
I think we've covered a lot of this, but all right. So we talked about support, but again, support.ecamm.com is where you will find all of the articles, and FAQ and videos are embedded in all of these. If you want to learn about Ecamm, this is the place to go. Down here at the bottom, let me just down here at the bottom.
It's a great place to go to, and just, if you're looking for something on resolution or overlay, just type words or phrases in there and you'll be surprised what may come up.
Yeah. And this is how you reach support. So down in the bottom of all of the web pages on our website, there is this little orange icon. These are actual people that work at Ecamm, and it automatically populates with like system updates. So if there's like an outage or some kind of issue, you'll see that immediately. But it will give you like helpful articles as you start typing things, but it sends a ticket through to our support team. So they are here to help, and that is the best way to get a hold of them. And again, it's at the bottom of all of those different pages. It's that little icon. And then in here, as Paul was saying, if you type, oh no, what did I do? I moved this background. This is my own fault. Anyway, if you type, oh, my overlay is locked. Speaking of locked, It's like, you locked that overlay, Katie. You said you wanted it locked. All right, let me unlock. Let me unlock. There we go. All right, so if I come up here and I type overlays, it will pull up all of the articles showing you everything that we have on overlays. So it works how you would expect it to work, but this is the support section and how
And
we
if you
find
type
it.
in the word hotkeys, you will get all the a list of all the shortcuts that Ecamm
Yeah,
has.
that's a good one. And we definitely want to turn this into a cool like graphic or all the stuff. There's Doc talking about shortcut keys. There's Alex, an amazing video from Alec, and then there's all the shortcuts.
And I just put a link into uh, chat that is the online user guide. So
Oh
the
yeah,
user guide has
that's a good one.
everything explained in it. It goes through all the settings, all the menus, everything. So it's also a great place as a reference document if you're trying to figure out something or understand something that you can go into the user guide and look for things.
Yeah, so this is learn.ecamm.com. You can see the theme. This is the full manual. So this is absolutely every aspect of Ecamm, and it is always up to date, and has links through to all of those different articles and videos as they're applicable. So you can work your way through if you're a manual person. And then if we come over here, one more plug and reminder for our community. So you can sign up for our newsletter. We're like approaching November real soon here. And so we're getting into like fun holiday end of year stuff. So it's a good thing to be part of the newsletter. If you're not part of the newsletter, you might miss any of the crazy, fun, delightful things that we do, particularly at the holidays. So please sign up. We don't I don't think we oversend. So we're not going to spam you. You can choose the frequency of your how many emails you receive, but you don't want to be the person that's like, hey, everyone else got this cool thing and I didn't get it. This is how you get those cool free things, is making sure that you're connected with us. And then this is all the information on our affiliate program and our beta testing group, our YouTube channel, our community. All the stuff is all here. And then we have all your photos and videos and all the cool things that you're creating at the bottom. So it's a great space. Please take advantage of it. Ecamm.com/community.
And if you use Ecamm
Mm-hmm.
for any length of time,
Mm-hmm.
you should be an affiliate because over the course of time, interacting with people, you're probably going to find somebody that has an interest in looking like you do and using Ecamm. And so you have an option. You can either, let Ecamm earn all the money when somebody signs up, or you can take a 30% cut of the the deal, and which it's pretty cool. You can actually accumulate some nice money along the way.
Yeah.
And for the first year, if somebody signs up for a monthly plan, for the first year, you're going to get 30% every single month.
Yep.
And if they sign up for an annual plan, you're going to get that once. Once
Yep.
you get down and you get a bunch of affiliates under the pocket, then you move up to another category that you get 40%, and that's forever. So as long as they're an Ecamm customer, once they sign up under what we call the champions, once they sign up under that program, monthly, annual, or whatever, you're going to get that as long as you're an Ecamm customer. So it can be a nice little surprise every month.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we should say huge thank you, as always, to Martin, who created all of these fun graphics for us, to make us look and sound our best. So if you want to check it out, you can swing on over. Let me grab this exact link so I'm not speaking out of turn about it. Oh, of course. I gotta get these out of the way. I'm pulling this out of the way. There we go. I'm pulling things out of the way today. All right, so it is here in the comments if you want to grab those yourself. He's got lots of free ones, and he's got some paid ones as well. Streamprofiles.selfie.store is the way to find those. And then I guess our only last thing is that just a reminder that we have an awesome merch site. And unsurprisingly, we've been talking about Doc Pops a lot. You can click over and learn more about those from our merch site as well. And then we've got t-shirts, mugs, water bottles, caps. And again, the holiday season is coming, so new awesome merch on its way. but there's always lots to grab there. We do have some Creator Camp stuff still available. We've been giving away a lot of that on ENN. We were giving it away on Creator Camp TV as well, so still a chance to be able to grab some cool stuff there. But I think those are all of our official updates. Last call for questions. Last call for questions. Uh-oh, corrected link, Val. Did we give the wrong one? You can just go docpops.com, but it's DOCPOPPS. Did I say the wrong thing?
If you
That
do
one.
Doc Pop, you're going to find a chiropractor.
Oh yeah, don't go to Doc Pop. It's not Doc Pop, it's Doc Pops.
Yeah, POPPS.
I love it. A happy Matt. You have a green one, right, Matt? I feel like you need a green one. Yeah, it looks like you have green. You
Yeah,
have the green
I
heart
mean,
there. So.
push comes to shove, if you have trouble trying to get to the, because it sounds like there might be an issue with a redirect on the Docs merch site, you can always go to the Ecamm merch site, and there's a window down that
Oh yeah,
has
so
Doc
here.
Pops on it. You click that, and it will take you to his store.
Yeah. So this one, follow the link that Val gave, or merch.ecamm.com will get you, and it's right
Yeah.
at the top there. That'll link you through.
Or docrock.com/merch.
Poor Doc.
Make
Now
it
we've
make
given
it
him some
easy.
more work to go and fix that redirect. Oh my gosh.
He's
Well,
he's not streaming today. He can work on stuff.
yeah, it's all right. You're not streaming. You're working. All good. Well, thanks, Paul. This time always flies
Yes.
right by. I'm gonna go back up here. So we're big. Final thoughts, Paul. What we got planned for Halloween? Any fun Halloween plans?
No, I'm kind of just stay quiet. It's, me and Maestro, the building that I live in is basically adults, so there's no kids, and the building is locked, so we don't get the kids coming in. I might decide to go out and walk around a little bit tomorrow night, but
Yeah.
I might just decide to stay home and watch TV.
Yeah. Good night for a movie night.
Yes.
Good night for a movie night. Yeah.
On Netflix, the new season of the oh God, it starts with a D. Um, my brain just a, a foreign a person that represents a foreign country for the United States is
Diplomats.
that's the word. The Diplomat starts
Yes,
tomorrow,
I
so
did
I'll
it.
probably
Did it.
binge watching that.
Oh, I love a binge watch. Well, I'm watching Little Shop of Horrors for tonight's episode, which is tonight instead of tomorrow night because of Halloween. And then yeah, I don't know. I started doing a movie night with my brother to watch horror movies because he's the only one in my area that will watch horror movies. So I watched Werewolves Within, which is like a horror comedy I watched last week. So if anyone's looking for, and I'm in the past, everyone's like, Katie, we've already seen that. That was like 4 or 5 years ago, or 6 or 8, or whatever amount of years ago. But that one was really fun. So if you're looking for a
Yes.
newer than the 80s horror movie, that's my recommendation for
That-
fun Halloween.
Matt suggests giving out Costco rotisserie chickens rather than candy. The kids will love it. That makes me think. I saw
I'm coming to Matt's.
a meme today where this person was taking these chocolates, the one that starts with an F, all wrapped up.
Oh man,
It's
Paul,
yes,
you're getting me today. I don't know.
with the gold wrapper. Anyway, they I guess they had saved a whole bunch of wrappers, and they were taking pieces of oh my God, my brain is not working today. The little green miniature cabbages, Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
sprouts.
Yeah, taking a Brussels sprout and wrapping it in that, and they had all these in a bowl out on the front porch and said, "Take one."
Oh, see, I like Brussels sprouts, so that would be no problem for me. I'd be thrilled.
That would be a good way to get your house toilet papered.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, with the cost of toilet paper, I feel like the instance of TPing someone's house has gone down. Well, thank you so much for everyone for hanging out. We'll see you next month for another office hours. But we will say, as we say all the time, that we are always around for any kinds of questions that come up. You can find us in the community or over on Discord. You can email us, marketing@ecamm.com. And then we're live all the time. And as Paul said earlier, Doc is around this Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern for Tech Talks. That's a Zoom link. So swing over to the community page to grab that exact link. But that's a really great space to actually push all the buttons and test things and try things. And it's because it's in Zoom, it allows you to really just talk directly to Doc and get the help that you need. So we force him to be there for a while. So you've got to go and
You can
take
also
advantage of the time.
you can also get to the sign up page by going to ecamm.tv/tech talks.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, that Paul for the win. And Doc's got your back. Ferrero Rocher. Those are the best chocolates.
Yes, that's
That's
it.
the
Yes.
chocolate. That would be upsetting. I do like those more than Brussels sprouts. I will say. I will say. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us, and
Thanks, everybody.
we'll see you again next month. Bye everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.